want it to be like, hey, he's one of our star players who also happens to be gay, and that's cool, and it's normal for us, and the team loves him, and it's just the thing that, you know, that's just nice. My name is Darian. I live in Texas. I enjoy hockey a lot as a fan. And I guess identify as a lesbian in the LGBTQ community, and I use she, her pronouns. So yeah.
Cool. How did you get into hockey?
When I was younger, which was actually kind of surprising, I lived in this little town, Wichita Falls, and they had a hockey team there that my parents took me to. So it was kind of like my entryway into enjoying hockey. But then as an adult, I just started, I don't know, going to games locally in San Antonio, and just kind of fell in love with it then.
So the Wichita team, are they the Thunder?
They're the Wildcats.
Oh, the Wildcats. Yeah. Okay. And then so you go to San Antonio games?
I did. They sold the team to Vegas though. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, they're the Silver Knights now, but they were the San Antonio Rampage.
Yeah, they used to be St. Louis's farm team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew the coach, Drew Bannister. I know the coach really well. Yeah. What do you love about hockey?
Oh, I mean, I just aesthetically, I love the sounds of it. I don't know how to explain that. Just hearing like the pucks on the ice, the sticks on the ice, like you can hear them like skating. And just in general, it's just really enjoyable. I'm not much of a sports person, but hockey is like the one thing sports wise that I do enjoy. So I don't know, just something about it really like ignites the fire within me to actually want to sit there and watch it.
That's awesome. I love it. How could hockey be better for you as an individual, but also for the queer community?
This definitely is something that I think about a lot. It is nice that they do Pride nights, but sometimes it seems a little, I don't know, in my mind, a little forced. Like not everybody's really on board with it, and it's more of like a marketing tool to be like, we are inclusive, but not really. I guess to me, it would just be like educating, like, you know, educating people on the matters of like why it's important. And instead of just forcing it and being like, hey, you have to accept this, and then you get this big backlash of fans that are like, why are you doing this? This is just, why does everything have to be rainbows? Instead, just educating them, explaining why that inclusivity is important, and how it can really like, you know, help change the way that the community accepts our community. So
I love that. It makes a lot of sense. And my whole thing has always been humanize and educate.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's how we will change the world and make it a more inclusive place. So I think you're spot on. What keeps you in hockey?
I would have to say my mom for sure. She's me and her are like just shout out to my mom, but
shout out mom.
Like, yeah. We're a pair. We're definitely a pair. She's always been super supportive of me, like as far as like being lesbian, being, you know, in that community. And anytime I get into something, she always like dives head first. Like she's always my go-to. Like we planned a trip to New York in like a month, and all I had to be was like, hey, let's go to New York. And she's like, okay. And that's kind of the same with hockey. It's, hey, let's go to this game. Okay.
I love
like, let's support this team. And she's totally down for everything and just always has enjoyed it. So
yeah. I think it's that parents who are like that are so incredible, and they create our safe spaces in a sense, right? And they allow us to find the ability to accept and love ourselves earlier and quicker. And it's so wonderful that you have one of those parents.
Yeah, it's great. She's my sounding board for everything. So
That's so sweet. Shout out, mom. What gives you hope for queer people in the sport?
I mean, I this is I do recognize hockey being a very somewhat and this is just me being slightly generous, but a very toxic, masculine kind of sport where, you know, they don't it's there's that hope that one day you'll be able to see like a queer player, like a professional, like NHL. Like I want to see one of the star players that represents other queer people, and not be, you know, like hated on and like, you know, the headlines won't always read like, oh, hey, like I want it to be normalized basically. Like I don't want it to be like this is the first queer player in the NHL. I want it to be like, hey, he's one of our star players who also happens to be gay, and that's cool and it's normal for us and the team loves him and it's just the thing that, you know, that's just nice.
I love it. I love it. I think that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to just normalize it within the sport and people just getting to a point in society where, you know, we don't have to fight for that inclusion and equality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Darian, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Um, I mean, aside from just, I hope that it's sooner rather than later that we get to that point. But I mean, I'll continue to watch hockey. It is, like I said, one of the only sports that I actually like. So I just hope that it continues to give me a reason to watch it by, you know, including those demographics of people that represent myself or, you know, people of color and just in general, other, you know, other people that don't feel like they're being represented.
Wonderful. Darian, thank you so much. You are a pleasure and a delight, and your positive outlook exudes from you. You're lighting up this Zoom and the world. So thank you.
Thank you so much.